what I do not advise people to do is to walk into IKEA and buy sofa from IKEA, a mirror from IKEA, this from IKEA, rug from IKEA, everything from IKEA, all your wardrobe from IKEA. It just makes your house feel cheap. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're looking to give your home that high-end designer look without draining your wallet, then this video is for you.
Wait a minute!
Today I'm sharing 8 tried and true designer secrets that instantly make a space feel elevated and expensive. Now let's jump into it. My first point would be use a neutral palette. I hear people say neutral scheme is no longer trending. I'm tired of neutral. But one thing we should never forget is that neutral has a way of making your home feel expensive. So for me, neutrals never go out of style. The only thing I always tell people is make sure your true personality show in your space. The fact that neutrals give off high-end look does not mean you cannot impute your personality in that space. And also, people don't get that blending neutral design in a space can be very, very challenging, especially when you have to make sure that you're using the right texture, the right pattern. Because if you don't do this, your space is going to feel flat. Your space is going to feel bland, okay? Neutral never go out of style. Colors like beige, gray, taupe, they never go out of style. They create a timeless and calm atmosphere as long as you can blend in the textures and the patterns in the right proportion. You will always like a neutral environment. Take for instance, most of the hotels we see, I always refer to hotels because when we walk in, we want to feel like, oh, I've paid for this. You know, that feeling of when you walk into a hotel room, the first thing you see is the neutral palette, the neutral wall painting, the neutral beds, the neutral sofa or accent chairs. Most hotels try to play it very safe by keeping it very neutral, and it gives off that clean vibe, that clean aesthetic, right? Now, if you want to take it a step further, what I always advise people is create a neutral background. So let's say your walls, you can paint your walls with neutral, you can get like neutral colored sofa, and then introduce your favorite colors in the accent pieces. That way, it adds personality to your space. You're not just feeling like, oh, my space is feeling bland, something is missing. And you can add colors with your throws, your frames, cushions, little bits like that, even vases. So this is one way you can give your home that designer feel without draining your pockets. My next point will be style your entryway. For every home, I want to believe that you first of all encounter the entryway before you walk into the living room. So imagine walking into a house and the entryway is looking all bland and, just not looking nice, okay? And then you walk into the living room is looking all put together. For me, first impression matters, and you want people to walk into your house feeling only God knows what I will see when I walk into this house. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying you should break the bank when you're standing in your entryway, but make sure that your entryway speaks the language of what the rest of the house is trying to say, okay? Your entryway has to say, hello, I'm here, you're welcome to my house. First impressions matter. A mirror, lamp, console table, or even small runner rug can totally upgrade your entrance. Okay, I personally like mirrors in the entryway. I like console in the entryway because I see these two things as being very, very functional. First of all, if you don't have console, how do you drop your keys? How do you drop your, little bits like that when you step into the house? And then if you don't have a mirror, how do you check yourself out before you step out or when you step in? So I just feel like those two things are very, very functional aside the aesthetic purpose. So aesthetic wise, it's also important because if you have a narrow entryway, a mirror will just open it up even more, especially when the mirror is large enough. My next point will be use scent as you design. I want to believe that there is no interior designer that will style a client's home without introducing candles or diffusers or even room spray, except If the client specifically says, I don't like candles, I don't like diffusers, I don't think I've encountered such clients yet, even though I've encountered some followers that say I do not use candles or diffusers in my house for health purposes. That is totally different. I also believe that luxury is about experience. A subtle scent via candle, diffusers, or oils adds to the mood and makes your home very unforgettable. So when you have your candle or diffuser on and you have guests walk into your space, they start to feel the mood first. They just, it just sits in their head. Even when they leave your house, they remember, oh, her house was smelling really nice. So picture walking into a hotel lobby and your first experience happened to be very nice fragrance. You're going to feel welcome. In fact, you're never going to forget that hotel. I think it happens in most luxurious hotels. I remember spending some days at one particular hotel where my husband took me to for my birthday last year. And one thing that resonated with me, for that particular hotel, I've been in that particular hotel in different parts of the UK, but that particular one, because of the fragrance, I literally had to walk up to the lady at the lobby to ask her, please, I need to know the name of this fragrance. I just need to know where it was placed. Maybe just that way I can go look at it to know, okay, this is the fragrance, because it was amazing. It was amazing. And it gave me that welcome feeling. I just knew, in fact, I just felt I was in a luxurious hotel, So yes, your home can feel that way if you use the right scent, candles, even oil. So when you design your home, introduce scent of your choice in your home. Mix high and low pieces. So a lot of people want to style on a budget. I get it. But be very intentional when you're styling on a budget. This is not me bashing any brand or anything at all, but don't just walk into a store. I don't want to name any brand at all, but just be mindful of walking into a store and shopping everything for your house from that store, if you get what I'm saying. For instance, you walk into IKEA. IKEA has amazing things. Don't get me wrong. They have amazing, amazing pieces. But what I do not advise people to do is to walk into IKEA and buy sofa from IKEA, a mirror from IKEA, this from IKEA, rug from IKEA, everything from IKEA, all your wardrobe from IKEA. It just makes your house feel cheap. So learn to mix high and low pieces. You splurge on one thing and you go over to this other place to get some affordable things. So that way you mix pieces and people can't place where you got these pieces from. Do you understand? When you mix high and low pieces, it gives off, I always feel that the high ones anyway overshadow the low ones, so it just balances out. So pair affordable basics with a few standout pieces. When everything doesn't scream budget, the whole place feels elevated. Mark my words. If you have been enjoying this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. Curate your decor. I am a firm believer that less is more. Please let me know in the comment section. Do you believe that less is more? Do you think that less is more? Do you think you need to clutter your space with decor pieces? Let me know in the comment section. Didi is a firm believer that less is more. So how do you curate your pieces? Style shelves and surfaces with purpose. Think books, candles, large vases, decor boxes, and a few other special pieces that you must have picked up when you traveled, your treasures, Think these things, think diffusers. Just make sure that you style your space, your shelf, your surfaces with purpose. If not, your space is going to feel like just clutter of pieces, put together, and it just won't make sense. So make sure that when you're styling any surface, you style with purpose. Ask yourself, what is this space going to serve as? What do I want to achieve before you get a piece to place on that space? It's as simple as that. My next point will be mix textures. Mixing textures such as wood, glass, metal, always elevate the space. I so much love the effect wood has in any space, but I do not recommend using wood in just replicating the wood in every piece around a space. So if possible, introduce metal, introduce glass. Mixing these textures will always make the space feel intentional and not just flat. I mean, there's nothing wrong in repeating wood in different parts of the room, but make sure that in that same room you have glass, you have metal in any form. It could be even in your cotton rod, or maybe the legs of your stand, or just anywhere. Just be very intentional with the pieces you bring into the space. It's as simple as that. Okay, now that brings us to the next point. Use a statement light fixture. Whether it's a chandelier, pendant light, or sculptural piece, consider lighting as a jewelry for your home. Make it count. When people ask me, why do you like chandelier a lot? It's not like I'm crazy about chandelier, but even if I'm working in a space that feels very simple, just introducing a chandelier has a way of making the space go from 10 to 100. That's not cast on stone, but again, this brings us to being very intentional about the pieces you bring into the space. So consider, light fixtures as your jewelry. Like when you finish dressing up and then you just get your earrings on and your necklace on, and then everything just makes sense. Finally, this point supersedes every point I have mentioned in this video. So my final point for today would be: keep your space, your home, clutter-free. Any home that feels clutter-free, neat, clean, automatically feels elevated. Trust me. Have you walked into a hotel and you see clutter, 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 maybe decor pieces here and there? No. If you go into such hotel, you're going to feel like a lot is just going on. You don't even know where to place your eyes. But when you just walk into a hotel room and you see how well made the bed is, you don't see lots of pieces lying around. You just see the accent chair, you see the lamp, you see the lights, the light fixture, everything just looks intentional. Even when they introduce colors, they look intentional with the frames. Some hotels don't even use frames. I'm not even joking. I've gone to a hotel, a very, very posh hotel, that I never saw any frame inside the bedroom. And as an interior designer, it kind of made me like, But then it looked really, really posh. So less is always more. As much as possible, declutter your space. If you bring in a piece and you feel, I'm tired of this piece, you can switch instead of putting all of them all in display. I don't believe that because you have so many decor pieces, you must display everything. You don't have to display everything. And then the moment your house feels clean and decluttered, that is a starting point to your house feeling elevated. A clean space will always look more expensive. So use baskets, boxes, or even built-ins to hide your mess away. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I just enjoy sharing these tips, and who knows, if you guys keep showing so much love, we will keep having this kind of content. I also got a lot of requests to make the bed making video. I'm going to try as much as possible to get a tutorial on that. It's going to be like a walkthrough on how I make my bed, to stay intact and looking luxurious. So I'm going to share that in coming weeks. So turn on your notification bell so that you'll be one of the first people to get notified when that video drops. And then we have 8 more tips coming. You also need to turn on your notification bell. See, it's going to get juicy on this channel. If you pay attention to everything we are sharing on this channel, you will always be, in fact, you will be proud to be a Didi Stripe. Please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, and follow us on all our social media platforms. And if you want to reach us, use the email or you visit our website. We are always available to receive your emails or to have a chat one-to-one. And thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for sitting to watch this video, because it will count if you sit and watch. And remember to share to anybody you think that needs this video. Okay, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Stay fabulous. Bye.